Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LTA North. Spring 2025.
He has 2 charges of smite. He just pulls the dragon with a smite and is going to be over on this. Someone's going to have to move and probably help him on this. Can't just allow Fudge to stop it because he's invested a lot of time.
Right.
So now Thanatos and Loki are coming down. They will be able to secure this dragon, and they did it quite early. So Grubs haven't even spawned, which means there is still that potential for them to challenge. But if any of that gets missed or dodged, you don't really have anything left, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So it is definitely tough on the execution, but especially when you have a lot of dive with you, it can kind of create that chaos, and you can go in, you throw down the between worlds, you slow them up, and all of a sudden everyone else dodges in. Nice sidestep.
Ooh, yeah, that was a perfect sidestep there from Thanatos. And Fudge, now with the arrival of Blabber, has nowhere to go. It's a fist to the face, and it's C9.
Now that's enjoying these ever so small advantages.
Uh-oh, Contrax is ready to go, though. He finds Blabber at the red yet again. This dog lives in the jungle, and Blabber did not heed the warnings, man. That wolf is on the prowl. Contrax.
They would really be able to go for it. We're hoping maybe to get a pick prior and then have that prompt it. With the early Eclipse, Contrax is very, very strong. It's a cheap item, and it's really powerful on that one item completion. So Blabber instead is saying, you know what, let's not mess with it. I'm building towards the Triforce. That's going to take me a while to get there. So just going to go up
in the top lane is almost a, 15 CS lead there for Thanatos over Fudge. Fudge wants to make his entry into the fight, but Seos misses the Solar Flare, flashes away, even though the Zenith Blade still tags him there at the very end. Contracts continue to move forward. Yeah, Palafox is there, goes between worlds. Thanatos is low, not low enough though, still alive for now, 100 HP remaining. They commit the resources they need to, and Fudge takes the kill. Shopify Rebellion.
I think his thought process is, you know, I play this kind of tankier style with the Seraph Shield, with the stacking Rod of Ages, and I have that phase rush, and that's going to keep me safe.
Loki trying to get away from Fudge now, though. Vulcan is down here to try to protect his mid laner, but Shopify Rebellion is sending more troops. Loki flashing away from the Zenith Blade, tries to sidestep out of the Solar Flare, but the dog is there, and Shopify
just kind of moving around the map here with Contracts, helping him on some of these invades, now helping him down in that bot lane. They are able to find the kill and get the flash there off of Loki. Yes, it cost the flash from Seos, but that's not bad. Then does finish it off. Nicely done by Cloud9, while Blabber just continues farming down on that bot side. But at the same time, they will lose the tier 1 top because that was getting worked away on.
They want to go after Fudge, beat up the old teammate. Fudge with a flash out. Blabber goes in. Nice use of the public execution to try to reverse the ulti there, but it's not enough. Fudge still drops death at the hands of that Nefiri ulti. But now that that spell is down, C9 feels more confident heading into the Drake themselves. Thanatos is here. There's your Solar Flare. Lands onto a value target in Blabber, but do they have the damage to burn him down? A little bit more is going to be needed. Yes, Contracts gets a killing spree. Meanwhile, Palafox is just running circles around everybody else, and Fudge is ready to factor in. True shot barrage over the top, and B-Boy claims Vulcan. Shopify Rebellion. Had a strong early game. They've gotten out to a nice lead. Now they need to continue. No big macro errors.
Don't have the information just now, but Loki is hanging out in the area, and I feel like they've got to be wondering where everyone is.
They've got to have an inclination that this is going on. A couple of control wards there with the Tri-Brush. Yeah, as soon as you see Seos just really protecting this Tri-Brush that adamantly. But no, C9, they don't want anything to do with it. They're going to give the Voracious Otacon. So Shopify this time around, the second time's the charm.
And pray that they can stop Shopify from ever getting another one after that.
Well, we do have the Rift Herald summoned up at the same time. This is so obnoxious you're C9. Nice engage coming out from Seos. Blabber has been found. Point blank Nefiri ulti to lock onto him. A little bit more damage is required. And yes, there it is. Fudge takes him down. But it's a 1-for-1 trade. Seos loses the false life, regenerating back in the base right now. So not a true 1-for-1, but still 4v4 right now as both teams jockey for position. Here in the mid lane, Palafox goes between worlds. Loki's caught out in a little bit of danger now, but a nice use of Seismic Shove into the Unraveled Earth that keeps Shopify at bay. Vulcan re-engaging now into Contracts. He jumps himself back out too. Thanatos wants the engage. Big slam on a Palafox. Knocks him into the wall with the Mega Gnar. Another false life claimed. C9 now with a 4-man push squad here in the mid lane. They'll take down that tier 1 turret and take the gold lead.
Yeah, they're going to be able to take down the turret, but they will still lose the dragon. Blabber getting caught was really rough at the start of that. It looked like he didn't have a good angle out of there. But with him going down, it really made it impossible for them to actually contest this dragon. C9 actually play out the 4v4, 4v5, excuse me, very, very well. You know, they killed off Seos. We're back to live, though. We're back to fighting.
Yeah, Seos still going to be looking, seeing if he can find that big engage. Remember, that is the main trigger pull on Shopify Rebellion. Contract's eating some poke here. Nice double stun from Seos, who is now very low on health, mind you. C9 taking notice of this. Piercing arrow does not hit the Lyon. 90 seconds. C9 must have an answer for this. They must be ready to respond to Shopify. You already talked about how powerful this Infernal Soul is going to be on a team that has such high damage. Shopify, though, they might just lose contracts, and that would be huge. Hound's pursuit to try to drop some of the aggro. Jumps back up the wall, but Thanatos is ready and waiting. They find contracts in C9. That was huge at the biggest possible moment. Thanatos coming in to cut off the escape route with a Mega Gnar into the wall. Watch him fall. Shopify nowhere to run. The car crashes into the ditch right when they needed to avoid it most. C9 with the biggest play of the game so far.
Nobody steals Blabber's Raptors 10 times in a row. They catch him at the scene of the crime. That time they were waiting. They sent everything for contract there, and he still almost looked like he was going to get out, even without the flash. But the Q flash engage. You notice he couldn't even tell that they're winning watching Reaper.
No, Reaper is cold, man. There is ice in his veins as now Contracts is in some trouble again. Stuck in the pit, has to use Hound's Pursuit, trying to stay alive. A little bit more damage isn't there. It's secured by Blabber, but the Vi is first to drop. Fudge tries to get away from the unraveled Earth. Shopify need to try to exit the pit, and they need to get out with as many men still alive as they can. Loki's ready for the chase as the Weaver's Wall goes after Palafox. Seos and Fudge are both already down. It's a 2-for-1 plus a dragon for C9. Contracts at least just trying to get his Krug, wants to provide a little bit of protection for B-Boy if he can, but C9 still wants more. They're not quite going to find it, and Shopify again come up short in the fight.
Nice little attempt to predict there from Loki, though. He put the seismic shove where the shift was going to put him, so B-Boy had to shift, then immediately flash as he realized he was shifting into that seismic shove. Cloud9, though, full court press here. They have the Baron buff. They win the fight. That means there's going to be greater rewards.
100, 1,000, something around there. And then now it's a 5,000 nearly gold lead for C9 after that big catch near the Baron. Vulcan and the rest of the squad now taking over the top side of the Shopify jungle, using the pressure, using the Baron.
Quite far back and having his support play around him. So we'll see if Shopify can get anything done. There's just not a lot of vision. It's so tough to find these fights when you don't have any eyes on anything.
Yeah, teleport coming in now as Shopify squares up to fight for the Infernal Soul, hoping that a win here might be able to get them back to an even level of power against this accelerated C9 as Loki just throws out the Weaver's Wall. Everybody is stuck on the wrong side except for Seos, who's going to get bursted down before anything else even happens.
Thanatos.
C9 got a 5v4, and Thanatos has a Mega Gnar bar fully charged. He's looking for the opportunity. He finds the slam on the B-Boy, and there's the first marksman death this game. Shopify have already lost 3 contracts. The dog got took behind the shed, too. There is nobody safe. Palafox knocked back by Vulcan. Sven's not close enough to continue the damage. C9 has stopped the Soul. They've killed 3. They're pushing into the enemy base, and Fudge cannot find a way back. Blabber just running them around in circles, keeping them occupied, keeping them busy. Seos is going to respawn in about 3 seconds, but there's no contracts, no B-Boy for 25. Seos and Palafox stepping up to try to stop C9 from ending the game, but Palafox is already dead. Seos just scrambling to try to waste their time, but there's no way. The piercing arrow gets him, and now finally Fudge is back home, only to be buried with the rest of his team. 13-7, 35 minutes into the game. C9 finds their first win, a split 2.
First marksman death is also the last as B-Boy gets picked off the game. And can win that side lane later on against Jace, especially if he's going for that more tanky style of build. And they have a good ability, with River there too, to be able to attack those side lanes and potentially find dives on anyone.
So that might be something that they can capitalize on later, as River now going to find Umpty at his chicken camp. Umpty has already stolen away the red. River will smite the big chicken, but still lose all of the extra little baby chickens there. Jumps over the wall. APA could be in some danger. Quid trying to get in there as APA with a good shovel to make some distance, but it ain't gonna matter. Quid is first on the board. River is low. They try to take him down. Umpty needs one more hit, but he won't get it. And Sniper puts a sword through his chest. It's 100 Thieves 2-0.
And that goes so wrong for TL, right? Like, you were doing stuff to it, and again, this is really, really nice from 100 Thieves. Another thing that I'll be looking at from them in terms of like how they use the MF is rotating her around the map to create map pressure as the game goes on. But again, like, the thing that I think 100 Thieves have improved the most on from last year is their
100 Thieves back. Now Impact's got to be careful because River's diving onto him here with a Hound's Pursuit. The Rise ulti, the Realm Warp, cutting off Impact's escape. The Grub should still be claimed by TL. That will be the case. All three of the second set going their way, but it will come at the cost of Impact, who is over the wall. They see Core there again, but he's not close enough to the Krug pit to really get blasted, as now Impact's in some danger. It's a 4v1, and there's nothing to it besides that. Quid's taking the kill yet again, 2-0-2, 100% kill participation here in the mid lane Rise.
I love stuff like this from 100 Thieves because we've talked about how teams seem to be...
Nice bullet time over the wall to back up when Ayla's putting down, and Quid's got enough damage to guarantee they send it all the way. 100 Thieves, right when it looks like they've got enough, they're backing off. They get another one. Beautifully played with the Wombo combo, Alistar and MF.
Yeah,
About to fail, but down here in bottom lane, Impact's the one in danger. Again, 100 Thieves sending the boys after the Team Liquid top laner. That last bouncing bullet doesn't even need to bounce. Impact's down for the third time, and the Jace that started off with a strong laning phase has now been smacked back down to earth.
They didn't even need River there. He was too busy getting the Drake, and that was a set play, right? You saw him TPing down Rip minion.
R.I.P. in the arms of the Angels. They also know this Rift Herald is theirs.
Yeah, I was going to say that pulls APA bot. Aatrox is easily able to get out and then gives them pressure on the top side. They're able to take this Rift Herald. These are the exact type cross-map plays that 100 Thieves have been a lot more thoughtful about.
Yeah, they're doing it really, really well. You know, you just move Rise out to the side lane, MF, full control over mid lane as soon as the BT is completed, and now they're looking to even threaten on Yon.
Yeah, you wanted to see a little bit more from the engage from Ayla if you were on the side of 100 Thieves, with Core JJ doing a good job stopping that from accomplishing what they wanted to do with the use of the Steadfast Presence. Ayla just pops Unbreakable Will and disengages it.
Honestly, you know, unless you have Flash, you're not really going to be able to get by Core unless he makes a pretty big mistake. So it's tough. At the end of the day, they just kind of trade ultimates. Varus ult for the ult.
Especially with this composition where they are theoretically looking to pick someone off before a 5v5 starts.
And you can see, look at the inventory of Quid stacking up on both those items with the engage. Core JJ and APA were sitting in that bot side brush for so long, and it pays off as they get the kill on Sniper. Now River and Ayla trying to get away, but it doesn't matter. Another kill follows through, and River dies despite Nefiri's evasiveness. Area, but not a whole lot more. 100 Thieves now going after the Drake itself. Quid has the Seraphs. He has his Rod of Ages either at 9, maybe now 10 stacks. The Rise is very powerful, but Team Liquid is stepping up, ready to challenge. The Drake down to 3,000 HP. River should be able to secure this one without a real contest from Umpty, and 100 Thieves will take the objective.
Yeah, nicely done. 100 Thieves going to be able to get it without a fight. Umpty trying to zone them away from that tower, though.
We might get a fight instead. Umpty jumps in. Quid's going to be taken down to 40% HP, and Ayla gets killed before anything else even happens. FBI under pressure as River jumps back in to protect him from Umpty. Impact needs to try to get away as Sniper looks for an entry point, but APA with a massive shuffle finds the enemy jungler. Quid's taken out by APA. History repeats itself yet again, and 100 Thieves fall to pieces under the Team Liquid tide.
It's a massive fight there for Team, and they kind of just get everything. 100 Thieves could have just walked out the safe way. Instead, they kind of try to force their way through while MF is trying to get towards that mid-tier 1, and their Aatrox is trying to go bot. They're all split up, and the fight is just so disjointed.
Yeah, and props to Umpty for being able to find that engage. I think he has gotten a lot of rightful criticism. Oh, that's a great shuffle from APA. He's gotten a lot of rightful criticism, right, for his engagement.
Once they get a freebie in the sideline or something like that, they're just going to try to wave clear, right? They're just going to keep aggressively wave clearing. If it does get tough, they can use the ulti.
Hold on, Ayla's jumped in. The fight is broken out, but it's Ayla who's in danger as Umpty stops the damage from the bullet time thanks to the Crescent Guard, and APA gets the kill on Ayla with the damage over time. Yon goes on a rampage, and Sniper is down. That was quite a caster curse, Azale.
You thought 100 Thieves were not going to fight.
I mean, they have GAs. There's literally no reason. You can just ult the wave and stand at your tower, and there's nothing that TL can do in that spot. Instead, they try to take this fight, and I'm not really sure why. Ayla ends up giving over a freebie. They're now going to lose the tier 2 tower, and they lose their top laner as well. Instead of really giving up nothing, which is what I think they had to give up, Instead, it's going to be even more of a gold lead, about another 2,000
Yeah.
gold, because the tier 2 towers are worth so much, plus you get those 2 kills.
7,000 total gold swing from
I mean,
4 minutes ago.
even just where the gold is, right? You know, we had seen Quid at this big advantage, FBI at this big advantage. Now they are both behind. The Azir is getting so strong. And now you get to this point where Ryze is kind of forced to group and take these fights. You can't play through side lanes as much. And you're going to get heavily outranged by both the Varus and the Azir. And Yon has been kind of a hero on every champion, but Varus in specific, you know, over 67% kill participation. He's involved in everything. He has a really good win rate on it and has been so good. And really, when Yon gets ahead, TL does very
Quid can just walk away from it. That thing has to channel for quite a while. APA flashing forward to guarantee that he catches FBI. Now Yon's right behind him, ready to follow it up. One more shot gets it done. A 1-for-1 trade that was APA has to fall. Impact jumping into the back line, going after Quid as Team Liquid need to find a bit more damage. Quid sidestepping away from the accelerated shock blast, and Impact jumping right back into the sky. Sniper dies, more damage onto River. Goodbye, 100 Thieves. Double kill of it to Core JJ. It's a 4-for-2 Team Liquid.
potentially just start up this Baron. I think they want to get the TP here out from APA. APA and Impact are both down on bot side. And actually, does AP even have his teleport? It looks like it's still shortly on cooldown.
Yeah, I believe there is still a little bit of cooldown left in the TP from APA. So 100 Thieves pulling off the heist, sneaking the Baron 31 minutes into the game with 15 seconds until the next Drake spawn.
That's a great call, but also a pretty big misstep from TL. I couldn't quite tell, but it does look like APA just had a bit of cooldown on his TP, and Impact was going behind him on the bot side, and he definitely didn't have his TP. So sending 2 members down to bot side with Baron up and no teleports is really, really risky. And 100 Thieves find that window to punish. They will give up this dragon, but they're just going to play for the tier 2 top. They're going to play for additional gold here and just try to claw back.
Insurance policy. You're just saying, okay, we've got all these early, so you guys can't get a soul. We're going to take the Baron instead, try to catch up in terms of gold. But APA with another nice 2-man shuffle. FBI at half HP as Core JJ tackles in for the point-blank keeper's verdict, and APA's killed FBI. The battle of letters goes the way of Team Liquid as Quid has to flash away in the chains of corruption, instead find River. Yon grabs the kill, and Sniper's not long for this world. Another spear through the heart or a bullet to the head. It's Impact guaranteeing it's done as Team Liquid have cleaned up all 4 of them. Baron or not, it's APA again, finding the shuffle, finding the engage, finding the path for Team Liquid to mount their comeback and take down 100 Thieves.
APA to everyone who says they can't play Azir, he's like, I can.
Actually perfect for Bwipo here, who very clearly has put in the time already practicing the new Yorick.
Yeah.
So the hotfix actually should be good for the top lane.
They don't have a trap set for it right now because instead Inspired's going for the bottom side, but it still gives information because if at any point XU walks up there, they know that's a free dragon. Although, because they don't have their own jungle support, they do need to play respectfully here. Masu takes some damage. He's going in as well. Just some quick trades. No hard commits, and it looks like it will just be a dragon picked up for some health bar trade topside. Masu is getting chunked out, though. Well done from Who. Looking rough. Could be first blood for FlyQuest. Let's see how Castle wants to play this. No flash, no way out. Who's taking up? It's Quad to start it, but it's Bwipo with the first blood.
All right, well, the Yorick gets the first blood with the flash Q to finish it.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get an extra highlight here on the new Yorick. Meanwhile, on the top side, the extra pressure from DSG trading back on Busio.
Okay, getting some damage in. Who he's taking up the turret right now. It has ramped, though. And now Scary Jerry takes it up. Busio gets the kill. Oh, that's not what DSG wanted with that dive. And Mookie knocks away the enemy support, so less engage options. They could look for a 5th grub. I don't think they want to commit for the 6th. Quad jumps straight into Scary Jerry, gets stunned into his own wall. Re-engage from Disguise, and now Busio finds it. Inspired's in there. It's actually Corki getting fed. Matsu with a double kill. Abadaga cannot answer back yet. One more hit, though, does find one. So 2 for 2 trade.
It's coming though, so not even going to be a steal attempt for XU. XU used
Wait a
his
minute.
smite on the Raptors though right now.
Yeah, who he just knocked Inspired away, who's gonna have to run back in. XU just walks up to the dragon and says, thank you, auto attack takes it, no smite needed, and Busio looked for the engage, could not for DSG. And they're ahead in the neutral objective. They just picked up the neutral objective, feat of strength race there.
Yeah, they're going to get this tower too.
That's going to be feat of strength for Disguise. Well done! And I'm happy you highlight that, as another turret might just go down here. Now Castle's going to get bullied away from that, but Huhi, the man that's saving DSG right now, he has made play after play, and now they're in a 1v2. Bwipo's doing a lot of damage. Xy's coming in as well. Castle's going to die to the little Yorick minions, and it's a 1-for-1 trade for Bwipo.
It took him a long time to shut him down, too. Man, Bwipo
So a couple range minion autos coming in there, but back to live. The Herald fight's starting off right now. Inspire taking a big chunk of damage, but Masu zoning everyone away with the help of Busio. DSG jumping back, quad goes deep, Bwipo's in there as well, and here comes the Yorick! Shut down, picked up for quad, and Bwipo once more. Huhi running for the hills. Busio's able to lock him down, and Bwipo with the damage can get another one. Kill credit to Masu that time.
Uh-oh. They are turning it up now. FlyQuest getting very aggressive with it. I mean, that ulti from Quad all the way into the jungle. He took it the entire way to make sure they could kill this Azir. No flash on Abbedagge now. Plus with the Azir being down, gives them control mid lane.
Ooh, big damage on Masu. Do we have a true shot barrage? No. Cooldown is still not up for Scary Jerry, so Masu can walk away.
Calculated, right?
Yep. Yep.
Never sweating there. Masu survives that shock blast, and Bwipo will be able to get the solo tower gold up here as well.
Yeah, turret picked up now for FlyQuest, and he's gonna push another wave in here. You see how close that was? It seemed like DSG might have been able to fight a little more if Scary Jerry had gotten some more damage in, but he hasn't quite found his angle yet, his big moment to go for that that highlight play. And Scary Jerry as a player, I mean, rookie year, following some big shoes, players like Masu, players like Jan have come in and made pretty big splashes early on, and that's tough shoes to fill. Scary Jerry's still looking for that big moment where he can pop off and say, this is why I'm in the league.
It really is. It is tough coming in because, like you say, you know, we've had, wait a second, Bwipo
Castle,
here.
maybe finding out. No, wait, Bwipo, he's just going under the turret more. Wow. All right, nothing to worry about. And Castle just dies.
Dude, the speed
Mistwalkers do so much damage, man.
And the speed buff, when you have that thing on the Jace, the minions can even chase him down and they finish the kill.
30% additional movement speed towards the target, and they just chase down the phase rush Jace.
Well, I am sorry, solo queue, for some York. It's gonna pop up. All right.
The 52% of Twitch chat is probably very excited right now.
I mean, it is definitely looking good.
Yeah.
Did get the first blood as well, you know, playing over to the Yorick, getting that one flashing forward to finish the kill. And now they've got the outer towers here down on the side lane. So Yorick gets to play, and
he's playing into Abbedagge right now, but Abbedagge doing a lot of damage to Busio, who has to jump away. Xyu looking to punish Bwipo, who backs off from the turret dive. Flash forward from Xyu. He has Huhi behind him. Do they have enough damage to kill Masu? Xyu does it himself. Shut down to the buy, and Scary Jerry can now unleash. Abbedagge trying to reposition as well. Flash forward from Xyu. Big damage. Busio goes down. Scary Jerry continued the chase, and Scary Jerry, this is your moment! Xyu follows up, they dive deep. It's only Quad left in the fight. Huhi stuns into the wall. Xyu's there too. Scary Jerry from X-Range. Shut down for Quad as he'll punish the young AD carry from walking up. Xyu equalizes it. That's still a big play for Disguise.
it was a huge play. It was the biggest play of the entire game there. That was a full ace, and Castle wasn't even there. He gets to take the tower up. And pushing in 2 items, very good.
And it's tough. Oh, I was going to say it's tough because he has the TP. He can still look for the Otacon plays, but DSG are not afraid of that. They're going to start the Otacon. They're getting the debuff from it, shredding the resistances, but FlyQuest are not checking very fast. I think they're going to get this. Can they get the flowers afterwards is the question. They still need to get those. Inspired knocked away. That was Busio actually knocked away.
Get the flowers.
They have to get all these with the auto attacks, and now here comes Quad. Otacon claimed a slight split of the flowers, but still. Who he's just going to position to try and block Inspired from diving in onto the carries. But right now, it's
Jace is mid, not poking, so Jace is pushing towers right now in exchange for this dragon.
Okay. So no fight, actually. Quad jumps in with the Weaver's Wall just to guarantee they get it, but it actually blocks his team from following up. That could be a big objective pickup.
Meanwhile, the split push here, Bwipo's got that secondary tower on bottom side down to 50% with his constant pressure. And he's level 16, so that Maiden is buff. Max Maiden at the moment, even able to stop these recalls, harass over and over. There we go, finish up the tower.
Look at that damage, man. Bwipo is unanswerable in a side lane, and it means that the team is just going for the Baron here. They already used the Keeper's Verdict to try and knock away Inspired very early. They don't have enough DPS, and now they're going to have to go for the fight. Teleport in from Bwipo, who he picked away from the rest of the team. Busio is going to sacrifice his life for it, support for support, but there's the shove from Abadage. Is it enough to keep Inspired away? I don't think so. Matsu made it in, and they are shredding through the health bars of DSG. FlyQuest hold the line. Scary Jerry 1v1 against Bwipo. He takes it. Will he die to the Maiden? No. In gold. Quad has teleport, but he's still hanging out mid as Dragon's coming up, and we are fighting mid. Inspired lockdown first, but there's not enough damage on him, and it's XU that goes down instead. Didn't quite have the same team backup this time around. DSG don't have a jungler. Can they do anything else? Scary Jerry's holding the line himself right now is who he's trying to buy him some space, and just gets dogged by Bwipo. Oh, that Q does massive damage.
Quad has been so good with these seismic shoves. He backed up Inspired, but Scary Jerry here doing a lot of damage. Him and Castle, the dual poke of the Jason to Ezreal, keeping him in it.
Yeah, Scary Jerry is having a breakout performance right now on the Ezreal of all things. Not the Varus, the pocket pick. It's the Ezreal. Can he play this Dragon correctly? This is sold for FlyQuest. They got to go for the kills. They got to go for Matsu, and that's a shutdown for Castle. They're going to take down Inspired! And DSG are wiping FlyQuest at the Dragon. Quad cannot contest. DSG deny the soul.
That is Jace from Arcane. Castle over the top. He gets onto Matsu. They take him down. DSG are fighting tooth and nail versus the top of the LCS here. It was supposed to be LTA is separated in top 4 and bottom 4, but DSG are fighting their way up.
Disguised are making it very interesting. Ooh, he might get caught out right now. Keeper's Verdict only hits the support, so Quad is not knocked away and can kill. I mean, that's still good for DSG. Just don't die, Hui. All right, he's running away. Not gonna get caught out, and FlyQuest are looking for a pick, still flashing forward on the Castle. DSG, they get the TP. They were hoping to get away, but they do lose one.
That's huge. They just run him down. Now the Jace poke is not there for 50 seconds. That rundown actually just gives them the setup here for Baron. Let's see. DSG, such a tough spot now. Can they poke around and stop this Baron?
They need the carries to be able to free fire, or for XU to look for a miracle steal. He has the Guardian's Angel. XU can look for this as right now it's Inspired jumping in onto who gets pulled back, goes down. Abadagi with an early shuffle, and XU with an early Guardian Angel. FlyQuest have yet to lose a member. XU comes back up though, has to deal with Matsu, has to deal with Busio. Quad is gonna die to Baron! Shut down for Abadagi. XU still alive. FlyQuest cannot take out DSG's jungler. Matsu's gonna keep chasing though, and they're back onto the Baron. Matsu cannot kill XU, but he can keep him away from a steal.
Scary Jerry on the hunt.
Scary Jerry might just take down Matsu. The Ezreal, no flash available, but Arcane Shift in. Matsu, no flash available, has
7K health on Baron, 5K health on Baron.
They're gonna go for the Baron, and Matsu in the brush does lose it. Scary Jerry with the 1v1 kill. Baron picked up by FlyQuest.
Oh, can he get out alive though?
Dragon's up. Abadage could teleport in, but then they just lose the top side. So Bwipo's basically making an ultimatum here. He's like, nobody can answer me. My team's on the Dragon. What are you gonna go for, Disguise? Do you deny the soul, or do you stop me from ending the game?
Well, Azir's gonna try and stop that split push, but
there's just no way.
Can't do much against that undead army.
Has to throw the shuffle, and is just dying to the Mistwalkers. Abadage has to flash. And now DSG have actually controlled the Dragon approach right now. FlyQuest have to walk back in. XU might still look for it. Instead, they're in onto Inspired. Shuffled back in. Quad's got big damage. Inspired takes down XU. Inspired still alive and can take the Dragon soul. FlyQuest have done it in a nail-biter ending. They get the soul and the base. Bwipo on the Yorick shows up huge. FlyQuest take DSG.
Split push is back on the menu.
I mean, as soon as Yorick was locked in, I think we could all guess it was going to be a...
Minions was one of the things that actually were beneficial for the lane Neferi, even though overall the hotfixes were definitely big nerfs and detrimental, especially...
Trading against Surdy. Shada now on the bottom side. They actually might look for a dive. Scary to do against an Alistair, and it's actually answered topside here. Adiland going for it early. First blood for Licorice. Successful dive. It is answered bot side. Lions, who's trying to buy time for Saint to Realm Warp in, and now Shaden could be in some trouble. Does not have the ultimate available. Saint might chase him down. Damage to push Shaden out of the pit. No flash available as a 1v1 breaks out bot side. Surdy wins it in the 1v1. Still has the tough strength.
Yeah, I mean, 1 kill for Teleport at the moment until this grub fight actually goes off.
Oh, Lions looks for the big flank and is not able to land the pulverize, but Saint's in there as well. Now comes Adiland. Big Cyclone damage out of Katie, flashes in. Henna with the kill secure. Surdy's looking for the flank right now in a 1v4 situation. He gets one. And that is Feats of Warfare secured as well in the middle of the fight. Dignitas, they do have a Lethality Varus who can try and throw that damage in here. And a Cyclone onto Isles, flash away. Cyclone still lands onto Shaden. Now trying to continue his fight. Big damage, big poke from Tomo right there. Two-shot barrage onto all 3 members, Mystic shots, and they're still going in. Lions has to pop the ultimate, but Henna has no protection. Oh, flash from Tomo for the auto, will get it. Kaney, rocket jumps in, knocks Lions to safety. Shaden, though, that was a 0 ping dodge right there. Ooh, Licorice shaking another one going against Surdy. This time he's gonna win it. It looks like the Ignite burn. One more auto, can he dash in? There we go, shut down for Licorice.
Okay. They get one back on the top side. The ego battle of Teleport Ignite top laners does go their way, but unfortunately for Team Lions, they completely drop him because they got the root, because they got that full reveal. He got his W, and they go with the Xin Zhao ultimate. He immunes all of the Lion counter damage. He even got it.
Now Kaney trying to take advantage of that jumping in, but does not win that trade. Saint actually bumping damage right now. And Lyon pushed Dignitas away. Now they're finding Shaden caught up with the rest of the team. Crescent guard not available. Shaden goes down.
And this Rise can have a lot more room to play with, and the Realm Warps become huge opportunities.
And suddenly, even though Dignitas had all the early objectives, Herald's picked up, mid-turret's cracked, Dragon spawning, and Lyon have a gold lead approaching this fight, still with a strong scaling mid laner here who just fully stacked that Seraph. So I think Lyon, yeah, this is where you stop the Dragon stacking. Dignitas, they had control over the early game, and now they have lost it. Lyon are suddenly in the driver's seat and in a really strong position here because of their ability to play side.
I am also really watching Saint right now. That Rise was wrapping around, looking for some extra deep split push pressure, but Licorice is the one.
Licorice in trouble. He can try and jump away. Remember, no flash. Isles flashing forward to follow, and it looks like Licorice is punished. Shut down gold over to Kaney. That will get to Tristana.
I guess Licorice in 15 seconds. Oh, here we go.
Realm Warp in onto Kaney. Lions as well. Kaney uses the Buster Shot, flashes away, but everybody's diving onto the Tristana. Shut down for Saint, I suppose, as the teleport is coming in straight into the Cyclone. Now Surdy might want that one back. Lions frontlining for the team, Shaden frontlining for his, and it's actually Shaden surviving for longer. Will get sniped by Henna. As the extended trade, 1-4-2.
They do get value out of it.
Yeah.
Saint sticks around, and they force it with the Realm Warp. Kaney down again. The flash use on the Tristana too. The rewards here for Lyon should be huge.
And no engage.
They've got positioning here.
No needlework, no nothing. No smite steal either, so I think Lyon, yeah, they're just going to get this Otacon. Dignitas will have to watch it go down.
And with the Realm Warp plays that we have seen, definitely expect Lyon to continue to put out that pressure and try and get these trap plays going for themselves. Because, I mean, Saint's almost level 18. He is very close for a pick. Or Alistar can just headbutt Shaden away. If Alistar just plays bodyguard here, the Baron's almost dead.
They won't even get a chance to go in here. Yep, as Lyon will knock him away. Pulverize, but Shaden might still get in. No, Baron is secured. Lion's taking up so much damage here on the other side of the wall as Saint will actually use the Realm Warp. Is that going to catch him? No. I like the attempt trying to get Lions out, but you'll sacrifice your cow for that Baron.
Yeah, thick part of the wall right there. Yeah, everybody wearing purple, though. They're happy to sacrifice him. Let's see Dignitas. They're going to try and get like this low health tower, but Adiland and Saint are sticking around to defend.
Looks like the first turret will finally go down for Dignitas. Much Just this one cannon minion might be enough here. Tomo's trying to do his best to clear it out, and will get it eventually. But that next wave could spell doom for the bottom turret, as we're also pushing mid. Lyon in full control of this game, and that Baron power play is about to balloon into a big gold lead.
Yes, it is.
Curry in this league. Now, strength of schedule is another conversation to have. This is Lyon versus DSG, and now Dignitas as their first two opponents. But they're on the cusp of what looks like could be another win here, as they're going to take all of the tier 2 turrets, get a very large
Wait, how much money does this guy have?
Has a teleport, so we can always TP to this dragon. It's the Arm Guard.
You already had that.
And it's a Zonius. Wow. Fully upgraded Zonius. Didn't even have to use the Arm Guard. Dragon is up here. Dignitas are going to walk up, but Surdy's got to catch his top wave before he wants to TP in. Now the Realm Warp from Saint. Just massive damage on the Shin, and he just gets bobbed like a balloon. Licorice, meanwhile, almost goes down. Explosive shot, not enough. True shot barrage. Sidestep. Adilan in trouble as Surdy looks to make the hero play. Saint went deep in enemy territory. Might get punished. No! He's too tanky as the Rise. Tomo cannot kill him.
The right side of your screen, you can see what I'm talking about. Tomo got chunked really low by Licorice, but then Licorice, that's why he had to get out of there and keep the hopes here for Dignitas in this game, because Lyon have amassed a 6,000 gold lead in addition to all their important strategies.
I guess it's a 50-50 angle. I mean, they're so far behind in this game. Maybe this is gonna work. They're shredding it really fast. Wow, Adilan can't get in. That's just Baron taken by Dignitas. Lyon, maybe they chase him down. No, they can't get on them. They might get one. Licorice jumps in. That's a rampage. Surdy goes down, but the rest of Dignitas in full retreat. Maybe Lions can stop this. Maybe Alistair can thwart the retreat. Here comes Licorice. Flash away from Isle Shaden. Trying to buy space. Isle still in trouble. Shaden rooted down, but they got back to the turret. Dignitas, get out of there.
They got a heist of their own. They get the Baron only dropping one. It is going to cost them this tower on top side, though, because Lyon are going to keep pushing.
Okay.
But they have the Baron here, so one inhibitor isn't that bad of a
deficit. Very much here as Licorice and Surdy are fighting each other. Redemption not even going to land on Surdy because he's trying to run away from there. Knows that Adilan is nearby and flash forward from the Wukong. Adilan picks up the kill.
A big gold advantage isn't going to have a lot of pushing advantage, and Tomo's under attack.
Yeah, Shaden's actually under attack as well. Woo. Saint has just so much damage. Saint on the rise is a threat to be feared. And Saint is the carry right now for Lyon. Everybody else trying to use these Baron-empowered recalls to get away from there. Tomo's not going to make it out. Tomo's going to go down here. Flash and barrier, not even going to use them. Hannah with the kill. Yeah, this might be the game-ending push right here. Lyon, they take down the first turret right now. They have Super still pushing topside pretty far away. So they'd have to do off of this wave. Instead, they're going to look at mid lane. They did this yesterday as well. They play very cautious at the end. Rather than going for the big push, they'll say, no, we will guarantee it by just shattering the opponent's base. That is all three inhibitors, but now Lions actually goes back in. Surdy, the engaged target. Hard to lock down the Gwen and fully shut her down, but Saint's damage is just insane, man. Full build on the Rise.
Yeah, well, that Rise is about to get an Infernal Dragon as well.
Yeah.
Infernal Soul buff. So that is...
all 4 Infernal Dragons, too.
That is maximum DPS Rise. Well, I guess he could sell his boots and get Sword Shield.
True. Oh, hey, close.
Here.
The walls are closing in. The Realm Warp's coming in. Kaney in trouble. Able to Buster Shot 1, but cannot lock down Adilan, and that means he is dead and dusted. Licorice over the top, pushes Isles back. Surdy's down. Double kill to Saint. Double kill, triple kill to Hannah. Lyon with the victory and a 2-0 start to their split 2.
Undefeated Lyon Gaming here in the LTA.